Shopify Edition Summer 2025 is here. There's 150 plus updates. I'm gonna go over just a few of them, and they're gonna be, to me, some of the most important ones that you need to know in order to grow your clothing brand. Let's get into it. First off, the update is called Horizons. They always have some kind of theme or name for it. I wish they would have named it something different, because one of their features is also called Horizon, and one of the themes is also called Horizon. So it could be kind of confusing. And sometimes they do this with their naming conventions, but the overall theme is called Horizons. If you haven't checked out the website, definitely go check out the website. I mean, there's a bunch of cool stuff with it. At the very bottom of it, there's also a game. You can play an actual game with your keyboard, and it's like a racing game. It's completely nuts. But yeah, they always do just a great job with the actual overall presentation of the updates, right? It's not just like, hey, here's the update. But I will say, one of the biggest things right here, right now, is called Horizon, which, if you remember maybe a couple years ago, actually, they came up with like OSO or Theme OS 2.0. I think that's what it was, like Themes OS 2.0, where these themes were kind of getting upgraded to like 2.0, and that was super confusing to a bunch of people, because you also have the theme version, right? And every theme has their own individual theme version. So some people were thinking like, oh, I'm on, I don't know, broadcast version 14, so I must be on OS 2.0. So that number convention was just like super confusing. So I think they got rid of that, but this is essentially an OS 3.0, where they're just sort of revamping how you develop and how you design your themes moving forward. They're essentially giving us just full flexibility, which is absolutely just mind-boggling. And I'll show you some of those details here, but I do want to talk about first the 10 new themes. So with this new, I don't want to call it OS 3.0, but it's called Horizon, right? So with Horizon, which is the new design interface for themes, they've come up with 10 new themes that you can kind of start with. And one of them is not Dawn. So Dawn, I don't know if it's dead or if they're actually going to revamp, some of these older themes into supporting all this. But for now, these 10 new themes are the ones that you can install, and you can actually check out and play around with these all new features, which are absolutely amazing. And I would pick some of these themes, and I would just try to manipulate and tinker around with them. I think at the end of the day, one to the other, they're going to be very similar to each other. Just how like the current slate of Shopify free themes are very similar. They're kind of all based off of Dawn. They may have slight differences here and there, but for the most part, in terms of features, they'll probably have some of the same things. Just visually, they're trying to show you just different ways, right, to build these. I did install Horizon. Just, I don't know, I thought maybe it's the name of the new design system and it's the name of the theme. So I was like, let's go with Horizon and see what happens. So let me show you. Once I actually installed Horizon, one of the first things that I was kind of shocked was I have an actual image as my background, and I had my actual products already placed in here, whereas before you had to actually manually go ahead and connect those things. The theme was already trying to put in certain things in here that in the past it would just be kind of like a gray image or like placeholder stuff, whereas this is like it's already kind of filled in, which is kind of nice. As you can see, one of the things here that it's completely different. It's just the way that the sections and the blocks are organized. So you see now that we have like this, for example, product list grid, then we have a header, and inside of the header we have collection title and then the view all button. So it's like they're sort of stripping away the elements that used to be a section, and then they grab these blocks, and now it's just like almost like blocks inside of blocks, right? Which is technically, like, you go to any other website builder out there, they work very similar to this. So they're essentially giving us more flexibility on how to navigate and how to build our sections and how to build our blocks. So, but as you can see, like it could also make it, it's a double-edged sword to some extent, where it can make it very complex, right? And instead of just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna add an image with text, now it gives you, oh, do you want a video instead? Or on that text, do you want a headline? Do you also want a button? Like it's a little bit complicated to some extent, right? To what we're used to using right now. But for those of you who will be able to learn this and master this, it's gonna just bring you so much flexibility, and it's gonna essentially bring your ideas to life. So I'm very, very excited about this. I think this just makes a lot of sense. and it's gonna be absolutely amazing. So if we click on adding a block, I also wanted to show you the actual block organization has changed. So now you have blocks under basics, layout, for products, and then same with your sections, right? If I add a section, it's all like you have banners, you have collections, so they're organizing things in here instead of just being one long list of things, which makes it so much easier to find and so much easier and faster to actually design this. Hey, I'm Christian Pignon, one of the co-founders here at BitBranding. We specialize in helping clothing brands scale online. We've served over 300 clothing brands in the last year alone. I would appreciate if you like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our latest content. A couple other things here, and some of these updates have been lingering here and there, or some people were able to test beforehand. But now if you right click on any section or block, you can actually see this new like sort of quick menu, right, where you can copy and paste things. So that's for one, it's amazing. You can actually create a hero banner here, and if you want to use that same hero banner on your collection page, you can just copy that, paste it on your collection page, and that's it. You don't have to necessarily rework it all over again. But from this menu, you can also add sections, you can edit code, so you can find the actual section that you're trying to manipulate the code and go directly there instead of before you have to actually go in and try to search what's my hero section, what do they call it in the back end. So this little menu is just, again, it's going to make things so much easier in the future. Something else that's kind of small and a lot of people are not talking about it, but just the ability to now, if I hover over this hero banner here, I can click on the text for my hero and I can change the name of it. So I can actually stay more organized with my sections and my blocks and know exactly, you know, what each of these are. A lot of times you see things like, for example, like custom section or product card or product list. Like you don't know exactly what this product list is. It's like product list, but yeah, these are my new arrivals, for example. So you could change product list to new arrivals. So at a glance, you're able to just visually see your sections and know exactly where they're at. Something else that I'm like absolutely excited about was the ability to have discounts here within the cart. This is something that, I mean, long time coming. They should have done this a long time ago. But with these new themes, that you have the ability to add this discount block here within the cart. And I think that's just, it just makes things so much easier and so much better. And we'll talk a little bit more on why here in a little bit, but I absolutely love the fact that we have discounts on the cart. Now hold up just one second. I just want to say that if you are a clothing brand owner and want to jump into the specifics of your brand and how to grow it profitably, then you can schedule a free 45-minute strategy session with us. There are limited spots, so go find a time right now. The link is in the description below. Now, for I think what majority of you are maybe looking forward to, I know I was whenever I saw the updates, but the ability for you to create custom sections. So now these themes come sort of pre-packaged with AI or Sidekick, and they allow you to just generate sections just like that. So if your theme doesn't have the section that you need or want, then you can just type a few keywords and it will generate it. So I'm going to show you an example here. This theme doesn't have a, by the way, this one right here was a generated one. I did like a image with text just to kind of test. It's like, okay, yeah, that looks exactly how I would want it. But then you can actually literally think about anything and it will happen. So let me kind of show you how that looks. And I guess let me also clarify. You're creating a block, right? Not necessarily a section. So a way to kind of go around this is add a custom section. And then within that section, you just add the block, which will be whatever it is that you want to create. So the very top one, you'll see that purple. Anytime you see purple is basically Shopify's way of telling you, hey, there's AI involved in here. But as you can see, like it gives you some examples of some things that you can create, and I was mind blown a little bit. So let's click on generate so we can see how this looks. And for me in this theme right here, what I want to do is I want to have a scrolling logo sort of bar, but I also wanted tilted. So I'm just gonna write a few keywords here. So let's just do tilted scrolling logo list. Let's see what it does. So you can see it's generating the code automatically, generating, I mean, it's not just creating the section for you, it's also going to give you all the parameters and all the things that you would need in order to change it. So I don't know exactly, but I'm sure it will give me, for example, the sizing of the logos, how big or small do I want them, how quickly do I want the scroll to go by, the tilt, do I want the tilt to be, what's the degree, right, of the tilt for those. It will give me some options that I haven't even thought about, or given the actual instructions to it. It was a very simple prompt to get this done. So let's see what it does. There it is. We have it tilted and then images are going across. So yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. And as you can see here, we have, layout. It gives me the tilt angle, vertical padding, background color, logos, the height, width, the speed, and then I can add all my logos in here with either a link or the actual image. I can also use meta fields. I mean, yeah, as you can see, like a very simple prompt like that can generate exactly what I was envisioning that I wanted for this section. So yeah, I don't know. This one is amazing, but at the same time, I feel bad for theme developers out there and some app developers who have created apps that basically give you things like this, but now you'll be able to just, again, if you see it somewhere else, you'll be able to just type in a prompt and get it on your store, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And as you can see here, you can do follow-up instructions. So if you don't like something about it, you can actually change up the follow-up instructions to change or manipulate certain things, which is just, yeah, mind-boggling. Let me just, I want to test this real quick. I haven't done this before, but let's say we want to do the background color, not just a color, but maybe we want to do a gradient. Let me see, I want the ability to change background color to gradient. See what happens. Okay, not quite there. Okay, there is a gradient actually if I toggle that on, but it doesn't give me the options to select the color. So it kind of grabbed the gray that I already had in there and it made it a gradient. So right now this end over here is darker than this side, and it just gave me a quick toggle. So I think for things like that, maybe we have to give it more specific instructions and it will be able to, I mean, it gave me the gradient, right? I asked for a gradient, it gave me a gradient. So I think wording it a little bit different may get us the results that we actually want. But like I said, for just a few keywords and I mean, less than a few minutes, like we have something that would have taken us potentially hours to create, or hours in terms of research and finding the right app and finding the right thing and making sure that it actually does the thing that we want it to do. So this to me is the best update from this release so far. But there's a lot of stuff in here that I want you to look into as well. All right, next up, one discount for multiple savings. So now you can create a single discount that can be applied across product orders and shipping, but it only works right now with select discount apps. So let me show you how that looks. So if you go here to marketing, we can see the example here where they have summer 2025 is being applied to the actual product, but it's also being applied to the full order discount or also applied to the actual shipping. So they give you a link here directly to find the apps. So it's only 4 of them actually. Discounting, Discount Kit, Abra, and Stackable are the ones that allow you to create that single discount that can work on sort of like multiple placements all throughout. So this, to me, I think it's something that a lot of people have been wanting, is the flexibility of being able to use discounts in multiple places. I just don't like that. Yeah, we have to rely on apps again to achieve that particular feature. Okay, now this is a little bit mind-blowing. Shopify is understanding the landscape of AI right now, and they're making the right moves in order to make it possible for people to potentially go to Claude or ChatGPT and ask, what is the best Texas hat or Texas snapback hat? And for ChatGPT or Claude to basically give them options based on products that are on Shopify stores. So Shopify's creating this sort of like Shopify catalog where you'll be able to sort of tap into that, right, from different AI agents and things like that. But on top of that, there is a new app that you need to install right away, and that is Shopify Knowledge Base. This new app will optimize how your store shows up in AI shopping chats by customizing the FAQ that AI agents can use to answer questions. So let me show you the app. It looks like this. It's Shopify Knowledge Base. It looks very simple, very clean. There's no reviews, no downloads necessarily. But when we download this app, you'll see very quickly that it gives you your top unanswered questions. It gives you your store FAQs. So right now, it basically pulls from our current sources, our policy pages, some of our about pages and things like that, and pull some of the information. But you can also manipulate this information. And I want you to install this right now, and I want you to go through this and actually answer the top unanswered questions for your store so that you are ready when AI agents start digging through your stores to find answers about your products or your discounts or your shipping and all these things. So it's very, very important that, one, I mean, yeah, you have your policies in place, that you have all that information be sort of the same all throughout your website, in that you also install this app so that this is going to be your database essentially, where AI agents will tap into this right here to get the answers that they need. 100% do this now. So Sidekick got an upgrade, which is amazing. I believe Sidekick in the future will be able to pretty much do everything for you. But there's a smarter, more powerful Sidekick now. It's also available in 20+ languages. And they also can do image generation, which the image generation is kind of more like a gimmick right now. It's not, I wouldn't say it's amazing or anything like that, but it's okay, right? If you want just a quick shot, I think it works. I do want to show you in terms of the power of Sidekick right now. So it's able to sort of answer your question, but also dig a little bit deeper and answer its own questions and dig a little bit deeper and give you the results that you actually want. So I had in here just like a very simple, why did my sales drop last month? It actually went through my analytics and my sales, and it gave me the look, yeah, it looks like last month it wasn't very good. And then it gave me some options like, hey, do you want me to analyze the product performance or marketing campaigns or seasonal trends that are happening? I said marketing campaigns, and it analyzed my top 3, which right now it's like non-social and search, and it gave me the numbers, the percentages. It went back and cross-referenced those sales channels with actual sales and the products themselves. And then it gave me 1, 2, 3, 4. It gave me 5 different action items that I can do right now in order to improve that drop in sales that we're currently having. So optimize your social media marketing. Your social channels have the highest conversion rate of 10.75, but only account for 22% of sales. Consider increasing your social media budget, creating more engaging content around top product, and implementing targeted social ads for your other products. So if you are having trouble growing your store, Sidekick is gonna be the next best thing that you'll be able to use to dig deeper into your analytics and actually give you relevant answers that you are wanting. And it's just mind-blowing, but this is definitely the future. This is exactly where I want you to go right now and ask the right questions in order to get good answers based on your own data. Now checkout is getting an upgrade. One of the things is actually it's a 2 seconds faster to load the whole checkout, which again, they're always making improvements like that, which is why I love Shopify compared to some other e-commerce platforms out there. But one of the biggest things here is flat rate for split shipping. So you can now charge customers a single flat rate when fulfilling from multiple locations, and that way you can reduce unexpected shipping costs. So before, I think a good example of this, like if you have something like Printful, where with Printful, you can have a bunch of different products from a bunch of different vendors with a bunch of different locations. So a lot of times each of those people have, their individual flat rate shipping costs. But for the customer, if I'm ordering this t-shirt and maybe this hat over here, they come from different locations, I'm gonna get charged $5 from here, $5 from here, and now it becomes $10 shipping instead of just like a nice flat $5 flat rate. So now you're able to control that a little bit better, so the customer doesn't end up with a huge shipping bill. It's a little bit more manageable. Obviously, you're gonna have to, cover that cost, but in the customer's eyes, it's a way better experience. So, and obviously that's just one case scenario. There's a bunch of other case scenarios where split shipping and the flat rate for split shipping is gonna be absolutely a game changer. A couple things here too with shipping, a couple of things here with checkout is they're doing Shopify checkout in Roblox, which is it's crazy. But again, it's the future, right? And Shopify is trying to stay ahead of trends with we just saw with AI, and now with Roblox, where you're able to immerse yourself in this game and be able to check out right there from within the game, which is, it's cool. It's cool. I like that they're doing these things, and I think these little things like this, it matters to one, stay relevant and stay ahead of the competition. Something that I absolutely love, and I don't know if it's here, yeah, right here, more ways to offer Apple Pay. So one of the biggest complaints I've heard or read about the accelerated checkout, right? These are the buttons that show up on checkout, Shop Pay, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and all that. If the customer were to click on the button at the very top, they would miss the actual checkout experience that you already have. and it makes things a little bit complicated, especially when it comes to discount codes. And that's why I really love the fact that discount codes are on cart now, so customers can actually add their discount codes before checkout. But now they've also offered a way to do Apple Pay as your payment option. So as you can see here on the screenshot, it's like you have your credit card and then right underneath you have Apple Pay, which now the customer can actually insert all their information right here within your customized checkout page and then go into Apple Pay to pay, versus before it was kind of the other way around. Like if you're building things within your checkout page, you want your customer to experience and have that experience here. So now you can actually do that, versus before it was, yeah, completely backwards essentially. Now, when it comes to shipping, I absolutely love this. There is now a pick list in the admin. So for this, you have to download the Shopify Order Printer app, but you can print pick list by product or order. You can include SKUs, quantities, actual product images, so you can actually speed up fulfillment. Again, all with the Shopify Order Printer app. So hopefully for those of you who are shipping yourselves, this will make things a little bit easier. So I'm actually very excited about that. Now this next one, we can now refund to do store credit. So store credit was something that, yeah, it needed to be added a long time ago, but now we can actually issue refunds as store credit directly in the admin, regardless of the original payment method, which this just makes things so much easier and so much better for customers and merchants, because it gives, again, what they're giving us is flexibility, which I absolutely love. And last but not least, Shopify Payments is now available in 16 more countries. And I love this. We have customers from all over the world, and one of the biggest complaints that I hear is there is a lot of settings in the backend of Shopify that rely on Shopify Payments. And when those customers have to rely on something like Stripe or PayPal, then it just sort of disrupts what they're able to do and what they see other customers able to do with their Shopify stores, because they have to rely on a bunch of different apps and a bunch of different sort of roundabout ways to getting to that solution. So I love that they're actually expanding Shopify Payments, because this will help a lot of our current customers and just make things so much smoother and easier. Hey, if you love this video as much as I did, please leave a comment down below. Let us know what's the update that you absolutely are most excited about. And if I didn't mention something that you thought it was big, let me know in the comments below. We may make a part 2. I don't know. With these videos, there's always so many things in here that I absolutely love and want to talk about. Obviously, we don't have all the time, but if you have anything, let us know in the comments below. And if you're looking for some new apps, then check out this video here.